All right, my truck is right there. 1983 Chevrolet C10 square body. My transmission went out, and I think it went out in third gear, and I didn't know how to fix it. But I realized I forgot I had this book, so I said I'm going to use this book and go through it step by step of how to break down a 350 turbo transmission. Well, I replaced that transmission. Well, not replaced. I fixed that transmission. And I bought this one off of Facebook Marketplace, I think 60 bucks, just to have a practice transmission. And it was my first time ever doing it. So I'm making this video, basically how to disassemble transmission for dummies. So here we go. Step by step. Using a large screwdriver, pry the rear seal from the extension housing. Boom. Let me grab a little hammer. All right. So you can see I've already got a little mark in there because I've been doing this. Boop. Just take it, put it right there. Step number 2, remove the speedometer adapter and driven gear. 11 millimeter. Now mind you, this is for dummies. This is not for people who are experts, because I'm not an expert. I'm just doing this because I want to help those that was in the situation I was in. Let's get that out. I want to help those who was in the situation I was in, because it sucked. Remove the extension housing from the case. Looks like there's going to be a 9/16. And I promise you, I've taken this transmission apart so many times to get the practice, and I love it. I absolutely love it. Let's see. Push the speedometer gear retaining clip down and carefully tap the gear off the output shaft. Be careful not to damage the gear. So boom, pop that off. Right here, if you can see it, I push that down, slide it off. I pick that piece up, and boom. I like to set stuff in order that I've taken it. That way I can put it back in the exact same order. A special drive gear puller is available to remove the gear without damage, but I've already got that off. If equipped, pry the bell from the governor case. I don't have it. And tap on the cover. Tap the cover off with a large screwdriver. So right here. Boom. Jeez. Boom. Right here. Let's see. Next step, withdraw the governor from the case. So boom. Withdrawn from the case. I'll put this right here. Remove the vacuum modulator retainer. That will be on this side. What is that? 13 millimeter. $13 millimeter for that. Screw it. Okay. Next step, using a pair of needle nose pliers, remove the modulator valve. Now, I'm not an expert at this stuff, but I really enjoy doing this, to be honest with you. There's a little O-ring right here. Don't forget to get that. Okay. Boom. Next step, insert a small punch or a nail into the hole behind the I can't pronounce that. Accumulator. There you go. Cover snap ring and pry the snap ring from the case. Let's see if this will work. Take this. I don't know where my small screwdriver is. I'll push that in like crap. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Go. That won't fit. I need a small, tiny nail. I know there's some under here, but we can try this. No, let me just get a tiny nail. I think I have some over here. It's like my little junk, almost like a junk drawer. Tiny nail, tiny nail. There we go. You know, everybody got junk drawers in their house. It's like my little junk drawer. Miscellaneous. Boop, boop. All right. Here's the tiny nail. I'm gonna take that tiny nail, put it in here. I'm gonna take a little mallet. Boop, boop. There we go. And it pops that clip up right there. Boom. You can take the nail out, save it. I have this. Remove the 1-2 accumulator cover and O-ring. So the cover, oh goodness, that's gonna be tough. This one was kind of tough to get off. Let's see. Nope, never mind. So accumulator and O-ring. I'm gonna keep that in and follow the steps. And the 1-2 accumulator spring. Use a pair of snap ring pliers to grasp the inside of the 1-2 accumulator piston and withdraw it from the case. Do not remove the Teflon oil seal rings. If they are damaged, replace the piston assembly. So boom, I can just stick my hand in there sometimes and grab it. Sometimes I can't. So I'll just grab some pliers, pop it out. Put it all in order. Hello, Colson.
Hi.
How are you? Remove the manual shaft linkage lever. I don't have it. So I'm gonna go and remove the transmission oil pan. Slide this over. Ooh. I'm gonna change this out. The socket out for a 1/2 inch on this turbo 350. Let me turn it up a little bit. There we go. Now here's the bolts. I usually just pop the pan off. I usually put the bolts inside the pan. That way I don't lose them. Next step is going to be to remove the oil filter. Here's the flathead screwdriver. I usually just take this also, grab the gasket, put inside the oil pan. Pry the accutator pin from the dentant valve lever and remove the dentant control link. Note how the dentant control link is installed so there's no confusion on reassembly. This little bad boy right here. Boom. Okay. And this goes with it. Okay. Next step, first remove the manual lever, dentant roller, spring assembly, then remove all of the valve body bolts. They're right here. Wait a second, I know these. Oh, there we go. I just started doing this, what, 2 weeks ago maybe? And I love it. It's like a puzzle to me, and I love it. I was absolutely terrified of, just gonna put this right here for now. I was terrified of taking transmissions apart. So many parts. Okay. Lift the valve body off and disconnect the S-link. I did. Carefully remove the manual valve from the valve body. Boom. From the valve body. Oh, from the what? Carefully remove the manual valve from the valve body and set it aside. Boom. It's set aside. I gotta remove this bad boy too. This plate right here. Now this is a non-lockup Turbo 350. The one I had in my truck is a lockup, and I didn't know it, so I didn't have it plugged up. I should normally just take this, put it to the side to keep everything neat. Keep the bolts with that, just in case. Now this is like a practice transmission. I've taken this apart maybe 5-6 times, back and forth, just to get used to it. Taking the other one apart so many times. Okay, back to this. Compress the 1-2 accumulator piston and remove the E-clip. I don't have an E-clip on mine, so I usually just, oh snap, that's on this. Okay. So there's a clip right there. You can compress it and remove it. I really don't need to. I'm just showing pretty much the basic breakdown of how to disassemble the transmission. So, and springs, do not remove the Teflon oil seal ring from the piston. If it is damaged, replace the piston assembly. Okay. Remove the spacer support plate. I've already done that. Oh, my bad. I'm a little too fast. Well, slow and fast at the same time. And the valve body gasket spacer and plate. That is off. Spacer and plate is right here. Remove the intermediate servo piston. Apply pin and spring. Do not remove the Teflon oil seal ring from the piston. If it's damaged, replace the piston assembly. Popped it out and the spring. Okay. Now, using a small magnet, pay attention to this part. Using a small magnet, remove the check balls from the case. Note carefully the location of each check ball. Now, there's only, grab my little magnetic thing. There's only one that is magnetic, that is metal, and boom, it's in that little spot right there. The other ones, right here, right there, right here, are not magnetic at all. They're like plastic, but I still put them inside of this little magnetic holder. So I just take some pliers, needle nose, and I'll just pick them out. Is there a spider in there? Don't know, but anyways, boom. I'll just take this and set it to the side. Okay, they're all gone. 1, 2, 3. Okay, cool beans. Next, remove the park lock bracket. I'm gonna switch this bad boy out. No, we're good. Not gonna switch it out. Park lock bracket. Now this was hand tight because I've been putting it back and forth together. Okay, I'm gonna set that right there. The next step, pry the manual shaft retainer from the manual shaft. Right here. It pops off. Let's just set it right here. Next step, remove the range selector jam nut from the manual shaft. Maybe a 15, hopefully. Nope, it's a 14. Ha! Nope, it is like a, what's that, 9/16? Yep, 9/16. It's loose enough. We'll just, boom. The nut is off. I'll set it there for now. Remove the parking Powell actuator rod and range lever assembly. So, boom. It's out. I like to hold on to this nut still. Now we're going to remove the manual shaft from the case. If the manual shaft will not pull through the case easily, deburr the shaft with a flat file. I like to just pull it out. I've already deburred it. I like to screw this nut back on there so I don't lose it and set it right with that. Okay. Now we're going to remove the all pump bolts, install the slide hammer onto the threaded holes, and bump the pump loose from the case. Now, I'll move this right there. Okay. I'll set these bolts right here to the side for now. And that's going to be hard to get off. So what I like to do, I don't have that. If I don't have that slide hammer, okay? So if slide hammers are not available, pry the pump loose with a large screwdriver pry bar. Careful not to damage the case. So up and take it, and there, boom. Probably a little too rough on it, but didn't mean to. Boom, it pops out. Okay, I'm gonna slide that back, pull the pump off. Okay, set it right here for now. Place the pump assembly on the bench and remove the 5 oil pump bolts. I can do that. So set it here for now. Gonna remove the 5 oil pump bolts. Okay, boom. They're all removed. Okay, I'm gonna switch over. Separate the pump body from the pump cover. Remove the intermediate clutch piston ring, spring retainer, springs and piston. Remove the lip seal from the piston. Remove the selective thrust washer from the hub. Gosh, so many removals. Okay, so that is removed. Okay, I can set that over here. There's a washer of my jiggy. Boom, boom. Okay, just gonna take this and set it right here. Okay. Remove all pump rotors from the pump body. Same models may have priming valve and springs. Don't lose it. It's that right there. I did not do it. And then that seal right there needs to be removed and replaced if you're going to rebuild it. Pry the oil seal from the pump cover. That's the oil seal. Using a long screwdriver to unhook the intermediate band anchor from the case. Long screwdriver, intermediate band on this side is unhooked. Okay. Grasp the input shaft and withdraw the complete clutch pack assembly and band from the case. I no longer need that. Oh man. Let's make sure it's unhooked. I thought I did. I thought I unhooked it. Okay. It looks to be unhooked. Okay, stop playing. Come on now. Stop playing around with me. Does it keep? There we go. So boom. Boom. There we go. Removed intermediate clutches. Here's the clutches. Intermediate clutches. Okay. Now I'll just sit there right there. The intermediate band. Boom. And the direct clutch drum from the forward clutch input shaft assembly. Boom. Remove the direct clutch drum to forward clutch housing thrust bearing. What I like to do. Okay. Ooh, let me just stop. So that's removed. Pry the direct clutch pressure plate retaining ring out of the groove with a small screwdriver. Okay, so we set this one right here for now. And where are we at? There we go. Right in that little lip. I like to put my hands over it so it don't pop up and catch me. So that's removed. Remove the direct clutch plates from the drum. It's removed. Now I like to just move this out of the way because it just be in my way sometimes, and I like to have more space. So boom. So this is removed. This is removed. Okay. Using a spring compressor, compress the spring retainer and remove the snap ring. Release the spring pressure slowly. If a spring compressor isn't available, use 2 C-clamps to compress the snap ring retainer. Now, I did this and I did not have the correct tools, and man, I'll tell you, it was rough getting it back in. There's a little snap ring up in there. You can press these springs down with 2 C-clamps or a special tool. I don't have it, so I'm not going to do it because that was rough last time. But once you remove that, the spring assembly, so you're going to remove those springs up in there, and the direct clutch piston, which is up under there. You're going to remove the inner and outer seals from that piston. Turn the drum over and remove the intermediate overrun clutch snap ring. That ring up in here. Remove the retainer. I'll do all this. So I'm going to remove the snap ring, then the retainer. Boom. Add the outer race. Come on now. There we go. Boom. And the roller clutch assembly. Oh, I hate when that happens. So that popped off. So boom. Okay. Remove the forward clutch. So we're done with that one. I drilled a little hole right here for this. I'm gonna remove. I like to keep that in there so I know where it goes at all times. But you do what you want. You can do what you want. Remove the forward clutch pressure plate retaining ring. Right up in here. Pops off. And remove the forward clutch plates from the housings. Boom. These bad boys right there. Okay. Okay. Compress the forward clutch spring retainer and remove the snap ring. So basically just how they done that one, or how the book says to do that one. You're gonna do this one. There's a ring right there, and I am not taking that apart. That was rough last time. Okay. Remove the spring retainer and springs. Note the color code of the springs. Do not mix them with the direct clutch springs. Remove the forward clutch piston up in there, down below that, and remove the inner and outer seals from that piston. Remove the forward clutch housing to input ring gear thrust washer right here. Boom. Then you're gonna remove remove the output. Oh, that's right. Remove the output carrier to output shaft snap ring. I don't know why I can't take that off. No, I missed a step. My bad. Remove the input ring gear from the case after you remove this from that. You remove this. And then you're gonna remove the output ring gear to the output carrier thrust bearing, which would be that bad boy down here. Okay. But I like to keep it together because I'll seriously end up losing something. Now this is the difficult part for me. That remove the output carrier to output shaft snap ring, because I don't have the correct tools, and that sucker's tough. But I'm gonna take a flashlight. Take one of these bolts, put them down here. That way you can have some light. There's a little snap ring down up in here, and it's hard for me to get. All right, be right back. That's gonna be difficult. All right, finally got that ring out. I was like performing surgery on that bad boy. That is crazy. All right, cool. So once the ring is out, remove the output carrier assembly from the case. Boom. Give it a couple of tugs. It's in there a bit tough. Uh-oh. This one's always hard to get out. There we go. So boom. I like to set it on top of it so I know where it's at and I don't lose it. Remove the sun gear shell. Oh, and I'll set that back on top too. The sun gear shell is removed. I set that one right there. And the sun gear shell thrust washer. This bad boy. But I keep it right there so I know I don't lose it. Pry the low reverse roller clutch retaining ring from the case lugs. Right here. Pry that bad boy. Come on. Boop. Come on. Boom. Boom. Got it. Now just go around. Twist. And it pops out. Just like that. Okay. Now, I'm no expert. This is for dummies or for those who are beginners or those who want to learn, like me. Okay. It may take some effort, but grasp the output shaft and pull the low reverse clutch support assembly from the case. All right. Okay. Let me remove this bad boy out of the way. Whoop. In my pocket. Sometimes it's hard to come out. So what I like to do is pick up the transmission, give it a small little pop, and boom, it comes out. There's always that little extra little steel that likes to stay down there. I like to put it right there just like that. I'm not touching that yet. Okay. If you encounter difficulty in clearing the case lugs with the support, use a pair of pliers, snap ring pliers to turn the support as you pull the output shaft, which would be this bad boy right here. Okay, don't want to lose that. Retrieve the clutch support retaining spring from inside the case. Invert the assembly on the bench. Remove the output shaft and ring gear assembly from the reaction carrier. Okay. Boom. So I'm going to do this upside down. Just like that. There we go. This bad boy. What? Oh, okay. That would go like that. Okay. I'm gonna sit that right there for a second. Remove the output ring gear to thrust case thrust bearing. It may be in the case. It is. It's down here. I'm just gonna keep it down there. I like to keep it down there. Okay. Remove the output ring gear to reaction thrust bearing from the inside the ring. That bad boy right here. Well, anyways, I'm not taking it out, but it's that. Remove the reaction carrier assembly. Whoop. Right here. And the low reverse clutch plates from the low reverse roller clutch support. Boom. I like to set that back down in here. This bad boy. And boom. Just like that. Now there's much more steps to do. To taking these apart like that. I don't even know all the names to all this stuff. But I normally just keep all these together because, or exactly where I found them, because I'll forget. But the next step after you remove the clutches, use a small screwdriver and pry the roller clutch retaining ring from the support, which would be where that sucker goes. Is it? Yep, that little bad boy right there. Okay. Assembly over, and that should pop out. And push the inner race and roller clutch assembly out of the support. Now, you'll need a special spring compressor to remove the low reverse piston. Oh my goodness. That's down up in there. And my little handy dandy flashlight. Come on now. I made the mistake of taking that retaining ring out without a special tool. That was horrible. Because it came out, but putting it back in, I won't do that again until I get that special tool. But I took it out and put it back in. Boom, there we go. Lock the compressor in the case lugs. Compress the low reverse clutch piston spring retainer and remove the snap ring. Snap ring. What did I call that? I don't know. But anyways, snap ring. Release the spring pressure and remove the tool and remove the spring retainer and springs. That's all that little yummy stuff down there. You can set the case upright and carefully apply pressure to the reverse oil passage. Somewhere down there, I'm assuming. I forgot which one, but it pops. It pushes this little piston up. Okay. To blow the piston out of the case, be very careful not to injure yourself. The piston will come out with some force. Place some rags on the bench to prevent damaging the piston. Remove the inner and outer and center seals from the piston. Then here's a little breakdown of taking the pump apart over there. Taking all the pumps apart. Okay, boom. So that's disassembling the transmission. Okay, with all those parts. I like to lay them out nice and neat. Putting it back together. This is assembling it back together, but I'm not going to do that in this video. But there you go. Hope you enjoyed the video. See you next time.